What's up, Wolfpack? We're back with another video. I got my pre-workout here, so you guys know there's going to be a gym video. First of all, it's a little bit past first of all, but first thing I want to say is, happy MLK Day. Shit's a holiday for a reason. He did a lot for this country in terms of pushing kind of the civil rights movement, allowing people to have their rights that they do now. He's obviously a big part of black culture. I mean, I'm not really the person to really say much considering the situation I'm currently at, but it really is a great thing that he did. Secondly, still thank you guys for the support. These videos, I love making them, even though I'm nervous at the gym, especially right now. It's a great feeling to know I'm getting my thoughts out there, and yeah. Anyways, I'll turn back on the camera when we hit some lifts, and hopefully we do some good lifts. I'll see you then. All right, what's up, Wolfpack? Got leg curl. We're finally able to show it on camera. So I'm gonna get this first set going, and then we'll see what I get to talk about. We got 100, probably 10 reps. Not bad. Switch to 145. One thing I don't like about this, about hamstring curl, I never really know where to put my seat. There's so many moving parts. Also, it hurts like shit when I train. But everybody talks about how good it is. So, you just gotta rock with it. But I don't really know what to talk about. This is probably the least prepared I've been for a video. I need to think of some things. I'm gonna ponder real quick. I guess we could talk about the AI water usage and how you really shouldn't be using AI. I saw a Hank Green video. I think that's his name. I'll be honest, I don't really watch him often. You guys could hate me for that. But I saw a video talking about how the 0.000085 liters that OpenAI says each query uses, it's a lie. Because you can't really, identify how much water it would use, as it's a really tricky process to get a finite number, or I don't know if finite's the right word, but an exact number. And if there is an exact number, you're most likely lying about it. So, I have to work on this too. If you use AI, you probably shouldn't. I've used AI in the past. I've talked about how I ran my drop shipping business. Or, well, it wasn't really a business. It was kind of just a little side thing. But talked about how I use AI in that. And you don't really notice the damage you do, because all you're doing is asking a question. It's not reminding you, oh, you just consumed however much water so that AI could answer this. Now, I'll also be honest, I did not finish that video. I watched maybe a minute because I had to go hit the gym, which is where I'm at right now. But there's a lot of things that I got about AI. It's very useful in the moment, but it kind of ruins your potential, because you're leaving all the hard work up to the AI. So, be cautious when you're using it. Anyways, let's get this next set in. Got 145 on. Aim 6 to 8, hopefully 8. All right. All right, I think I did 8 there. Not a bad set. As per usual, it just kind of hurts. Not in like my muscle's gonna tear away, but it's like you get sore really quickly. If you've done hamstring curls before, you probably know what I'm talking about. But oh, one thing I did want to ask you guys is, should I make a gaming channel? I'm pretty sure I've asked this in the past, but if you watched some of the videos, I've talked about how I've always been a gamer. Since like I was probably 4, I had a Nintendo DS, and that's kind of where my love of gaming started. So I'd probably make like some like gaming commentary-esque stuff. Like there's a guy I've been watching, which I don't suggest you watch, I'm gonna be honest. It's a lot of like shock, like a shock core commentary. It's a good way to put it. But his name's Llama Rider 37, and he talks about like just what's on his mind, I guess. And I find it funny because it's like he just says some crazy shit, but
Excuse me?
yeah.
How many sets do you have left?
Just got one more.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you guys want to see that, let me know. Let me finish this up real quick. Okay. All right. I'll turn back on the camera when I got the next exercise. And now we got leg press. Yeah. I mean, people ask how many sets I got left. I usually don't like to take up too much time. They're here for the same reason I'm here. Do better for themselves. In any situation like that, let's say you're in a similar position to me where you want to make this content, you should never really get angry at them. Like Joey Swole, he's a guy I look up to. I mean, I think he's politically where you kind of disagree, but I'm not gonna, put that on him. Because I'm not 100% sure. I think he's a conservative. I don't know, but I think politically we disagree. But he has a really good mindset on how you should approach things like this, and you kind of gotta keep yourself humbled and understand you have the same amount of value on this world as anybody else, no matter who you are. Anyways, let's get this first set in. 2 plates each side. Goals 8 to 10. Just a little warm-up weight. I feel like I felt something pop right there. But we keep going. I think I did 10 there. I could be wrong though. I kind of lost count after that. Felt like a pop. Whew. We'll throw 2 more plates on. And then I'll talk about whatever I could think of. feel bad. I feel like I should, I'd say this every time. I don't have any idea what to talk about, but I really feel like I should have some stuff for you. If you guys want that gaming channel, let me know though, because I'd probably play like, I don't know, I've been big into Pixelmon with the homies recently, so maybe I would do that, or like, I don't know, maybe a shooter, but I'd make like a llama rider-esque video where I'm just speaking my mind. Probably not the weird shit that he says, I think it's really funny, but it's definitely really weird. But it'd probably be very similar to this, just I'm playing games. And maybe it'd be a bit more of like longer thoughts, I guess. Because like with what I'm doing right now, I kind of just try to condense it into my rest. Or, as I'm resting for the next set. But those, I can kind of just talk while I'm gaming, which, depending on the game, will be easier or harder. Like if I play Rocket League, that's probably gonna be a pain in the ass. But if you guys want that, let me know. Maybe I'll make a second channel for it, or maybe I'll just put it on here. Do 2 videos a day instead of 1. Double the uploads. Which, it probably won't be too much for me. I'm used to I still have a lot of free time as of right now. Like I probably have, outside of classes, like if I have a full day of classes, which is usually like 6-ish hours, I usually have about 4 hours of free time, I'd say, like outside of this gym stuff. If you know how to manage your time, like that's also something you should do. Whether you're, honestly, any time in life, you should really manage your time. For me, I've been a person with a good amount of free time for most of my life. If actually all my life, I would say. I think there's only been one time where I've been struggling to do things because of how busy I am. If you know how to manage your time well, you'll have a lot of free time. If you're not waking up till 12, you're really gonna cut into your time. So maybe wake up at a little bit of a better time. That's probably the best piece of advice I can give for time management, is waking up at a good time. But manage your time well. And let's say you do manage your time well, you could do the stuff that you want to do, like how I'm doing it, where you could just make your videos. I don't put a whole lot of time into my editing, mostly because I want to play games. But when it comes to time management, you also got to recognize that you got to make sacrifices. Like I don't eat breakfast, which you could say it's a good thing or bad thing. I'm just not really hungry in the morning. But that saves a good chunk of time, because I'd probably have to walk over to the dining hall to eat like the bagel, which is like 10-15 minutes. It's kind of a minimal time when you think about it, but it adds up over time, and you're able to do a little bit more than what you'd think you would do. But I really do suggest, managing your time properly, even if it means you have to like kind of put a calendar on your day. It's probably the best idea. Anyways, let's get this next set. 4 plates each side. Goals 6 to 8 reps, hopefully 8. All right. Alright, I think I did 8 there. But I could be wrong. Once again, I'm not the best with counting while I'm mid-set. Or, well, not once again. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've said that. We'll throw 2 more plates on each side. But yeah. Oh yeah, I grab another plate for this side. Whew. But going back on that time management point, if you're like me, you know, if you're a college student, you probably have today off. You know, it's MLK Day. And, you know, instead of sitting in your bed the entire day, maybe, you know, plan out the day, understand what you want to do, and then just do it. You know, the only thing that truly does stop you is yourself. But so this is getting more into like a just start mindset instead of a time management idea. But, you know, I talked about this in that one video where, you know, I wasn't really happy with my winter break because I didn't really do much. And I think it's just because I didn't want to plan out my time. No, I'd wake up at probably like 10. I mean, I would still go to the gym, but that's really about it. Like, I only worked 3 days out of like the month that I had, which, you know, looking back on it now, I really wish I did work a little more. You know, I spent most of the time just on my phone in my bed. But, you know, it's probably just a good idea to manage your time. Anyways, I'm going to get those last side because I don't really know what else to talk about. We got 6 plates each side. Goal is probably 4 reps. You know, just what I usually do. All right. All right, not bad. I'll turn back on the camera when I got something else ready. All right, we got bench, or incline bench. Let's warm up with the bar for now, because I like to warm up. All right. Not bad. Start off as per usual, 35 each set. No, we'll work up to a plate, hopefully soon, for a medium set. I feel bad for you guys. I'm giving you no content here besides just the lifting, which I mean, I talk about how that one Sam Sulek video does that, but I really feel like I should be giving you a little more here. You know, I should be prepared a little bit more for other videos. You know, I'm not always gonna be this kind of silent. You know, I'm pretty sure my mom's probably gonna watch this, which she's talked about how I should just talk about things that have affected my life recently. So I can't really think of much. You know, I'm not really thinking about what affects my life. I'm kind of just, I guess, thinking about what I'm going to do for the day rather than like, oh, I'm not getting, or my class canceled today. I'm not really thinking about that. I mean, if it did cancel, I would think about it in the moment, but I'm not going to like talk about it, which, thank you, Mom, for the suggestion. I just want to keep that in mind. I'm grateful that I have a mom that supports me. You know, even though she kept calling me bald and kept telling me I should put on a hat when I didn't cut my hair. That was funny, but it was low-key messed up. What the heck? All right, let's get this in. 35 on each side. Goals 8. Not really gonna do a rep range on this one. I kind of going for a definite 8 here. All right. All right, overall not bad for the mid set. Definitely could have done better in terms of form, I think. But it was mostly done. I'll throw on a plate now. And if you guys know by now, this will be the top set. Just 135. No, I'm not like the people repping out 225. I wish I could rep out 225. Because then I would have beaten my goal. No, 45 on that side. Oh, if we go back to that gaming channel thing, if it turns out you guys do want that, you'll probably see an upload tomorrow. If people want it, I need like at least 3 people to tell me, yeah, I'll watch it. And then I'm gonna be honest, I'll probably just upload it on this channel. I don't really feel like making another channel. You know, people would be like, oh, you should make one thing and stick to it, but I find that very bleak and boring. You know, if I kept making economic videos, I feel like I'd be pretty bored. Not like I don't like economics. I wouldn't have made the video if I didn't like it. But shit, there's a guy out there with just t-shirt and shorts. It's like snowing like crazy and he's just out there. That's crazy. But yeah, people will talk about how you should stick to one thing. But like I said, I just find that very boring. So I stick with what I want to do rather than what I should be doing, I guess. Whew. All right, let's finish this setup because I still don't know what to talk about. Which, once again, I promise I'll be more prepared for the next video. You know, some would say I mismanaged my time that way. I spent the entire time watching fucking Mama Rider videos and playing Pixelmon. All right. overall not bad. I'll turn back on the camera when I'm got another exercise. All right, Wolfpack. Now we got chest press, which normally I would divvy out these exercises, but I'm struggling to find this stuff I usually do. So we're kind of just rolling with the flow at this point. I don't remember the last time we've done chest press here. It was definitely before winter break, and I couldn't tell you how long ago that was when I actually did it before winter break, but we're looking at that. We got 100 pounds as a warm-up weight, so I'm pretty sure that's what I used to do warm-up. It was probably 8 to 10. I haven't really had a whole lot of time to think of stuff, because every single exercise I've recorded so far has been one after another, which it's a good thing and a bad thing. I'm getting the content out for you guys, but there's not a whole lot of substance in this content. Also, let me know if you guys like this camera angle. I think this is a money camera angle, if you ask me. Whew. I don't really know what to talk about still, as I've been saying. I guess I'll talk about my plans for tomorrow. There's no real plans for tomorrow, I'm going to be honest. Although I say manage your time. I just got like the basic stuff planned, like wake up at this time, which I usually wake up around 6 to 7, around there. Not trying to make a reference there, like but something I've learned from college is I'm kind of a morning person. Like senior year of high school, I was very I wouldn't wake up till like 10 if it's not a school day, which I still kind of do that right now, which I should be doing better, considering I'm advocating that you should manage your time. But I think if you wake up early, well, first of all, you should go to bed and wake up around similar times for your circadian rhythm. That's probably the best idea if you want to upkeep your health a little better. But I really do suggest waking up in the mornings, because you just get more time in general. Like, I usually go to bed around like 10, 11, and I'll wake up at 6 or 7. Ever since I moved to college, it's been a much easier time for me to sleep, which is kind of crazy, considering I'm not really a big fan of where I'm living at in college. It's probably my least favorite part of college, as of right now. My dorm smells like shit. Dorm hall smells like shit. Everything smells like shit in there. But, as of right now, it's only for the year. Hopefully, I'll have a better place for me to live at, so I'm not like having to plug my nose as I leave my dorm. But enough of me talking about whatever. I'm just doing a lot of yapping right now. Let's get into this at 145 goals, probably 8. All right. All right, I think I did 8 there. It might have been more, it might have been less. Not really sure. Man, a lot of exercises that I don't do are open, so this might be a unique day. Oh, we got Brody calling. I'll turn back on the camera when I'm done talking to him. All right, finish the phone call. That was The homeboy Brody talking about Pixelmon and all that. So hopefully we get him on. That'd be awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna do this last set. Do it pretty quickly. Alright. Alright, that's it for this. I'll turn back on the camera for the next exercise. Alright, Wolfpack. This is gonna be the last set I record. Mostly because I'm almost done. And also, I'm low-key trying to get out of here because I smell like shit. So, this might be one of the few that I end early, just so I can take a shower. Because I'm smelling really bad right now. Anyways, rounding it off with T-bar rows. We got a plate on for the first set. Goals 8 to 10. Good first set. Wasn't super worried about the first set. This first set's usually easy. As per usual, we're throwing on 25. I really gotta overload myself, not thinking about it. No, I'm also gonna throw on a 10. Steal this 10. Alright, I'm now redoing what I'd usually do for my top set, for my mid set. Then we'll end it off with 2 plates. We'll go for a T-bar PR. But yeah, I smell really bad right now. You know, I was doing my arm workouts and I felt bad for everybody around me. I mean, I don't know if they could smell me, but I could definitely smell myself in it. It's rough in here. So yeah, I'm going home, taking a shower, edit this video, and maybe I'll actually have an outro this time instead of just, you know, randomly cutting off, or the one slightly edited outro with like Kevin McLeod at the end. Yeah, that's the only issue with lifting in a hoodie. You sweat really quickly. Which, I mean, I'm not that big of a problem. It's not that big of a problem to me, but if it's so bad that like I could smell myself every time I'm resting, then I'll try and end it early. Now, hopefully you guys understand. The only other exercise I was going to record anyways is my bench, because that's the last exercise I got after this. But, oh wait, no, I already did 2 chests, so I wouldn't even do a third. If you guys don't know, I only do 2 now, because I felt like I was kind of overworking myself. The micro tears were getting to me.
What are you aiming for? What number are you looking for?
Yeah. All right, let's go for this. Actually, I'm gonna grab my lifting straps before I do this. Forget I have those on me. Yeah. Some would say W purchase. Never really thought I'd be using these a whole lot. I'll be honest, when I first bought these, I bought them for my bench because I didn't really know what they did. I just know a lot of people used them. So you got a little gym newbie moment, top 5 gym newbie moments. And I think I was a year into lifting when I got these, so I mean, kind of rough for me. Anyways, let's get this. Got W spotter.
All right. Whew. That was a little rough for a mid-set, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I didn't really do some good reps, especially at the end. But we're aiming for 2 plates. Because I got a progressive overload. All right. I'll be honest, I got no clue if I could do this. Bro, I want to know how I look with a mustache. Like, I got some peach fuzz right now, which I don't know how good it looks on me. But, I want to grow out a mustache. Maybe I'll look like a firefighter. No. Also, sorry for the content today. I've been talking about it all video, but it's been very dry. Not a whole lot of substance in this one. You know, usually I would talk about some other things. I'm not really talking about much here. I'm just talking about stuff that comes into the head. And also, if you're an up-and-coming college student, don't get late night classes. It sucks. Like, I have 2 right now. They're supposed to last for 3 hours. So far, they haven't for each of them. But I've only had them one time. And it's not fun to wait until 6 p.m. to go to a class. Not fun at all. So if you can avoid late night classes, I really suggest it. Also, I suggest avoiding online classes. I mean, this is just a personal thing, but I feel like I pay attention a little better in a personal class than an online class, because I'm more in my regular environment in an online class. Like, you know, let's say compared to your house, then like it's a regular classroom. You know, if you're in a classroom, you're kind of expecting to learn, and when you're in your house, you're kind of expected to spend your free time. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do online classes because you're just not in the right mindset based on the place you're in. But that's just my own opinion. So, I don't know, maybe there's a study showing that you actually pay more attention in online classes. But, no, ever since I did online for COVID, that year was kind of a waste in terms of retaining knowledge. But, you know, I kind of recognized that wasn't the best for online learning. Anyways, let's get this last set in. I need to, rest my arms real quick. Just tensing up my arms that entire time for some reason. Now my arms are, tired, even though I didn't even do anything. We're gonna end this off. 2 plates. Goal, honestly, 2 reps I'd be happy with. Anything more is just interest, you know. And if it goes really well and we do 4 of what I consider a good rep, and then this will probably be my top set for the rest. All right. Overall, not the worst set. You know, I don't consider that 4 good reps, but I consider it 3. So let's go for it again next week. And if I hit 4, then it'll be my top set from now on. until I go up again. Anyways, that's it for the video. Quote of the day is, if you want to do something, just do it. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that's stopping you is your mind. And that's it. Love you guys. Make sure you grow as a person. Make sure you grow in your career. Make sure you grow in whatever way you can. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.